Hey guys, you're watching Mirage Gaming with Mizo here tonight. So I've got an online battle queued up for Total War Rome 2. I'm playing as Rome, my opponent's playing as Pergamon. So we're going to hop on in. You can see a bit of the army builds right now. He went okay, and this is the first Pergamon player I've seen online. Actually, I didn't buy the Black Sea Colony DLC because none of them were major powerhouses to me. So we're going to let this load on up for a bit. Should probably just start cutting these out. So I'm going to put this in, now I'm just going to do it because it's not too quick. I brought a Beehive Onager, just hopefully slow people down a bit, maybe take a little bit of kills from the enemy. But I put all my veteran legionaries in 2 lines. Yeah, I brought 3 Balearic Slingers, 2 units of Triarii, and then I brought 3 units of Auxiliary Cav, my generals and a unit of General and Bodyguard. Over here, as far as we can see, we have 2 Pergamonese Noble Cav and a Citizens Cav, 2 units of Ajima Spears right there. We've got another 2 units of Ajima Spears, that's where his general is. I think 3 or 4 units of Picked Peltasts, 2 Pikes that are visible here, 2 Hoplites that are visible, and these Greek Scorpion in the back that I'm really scared of. Obviously has more units in the back here. He moves all of his cav over on this flank. And so I kind of just get a little scared. I feel confident because there's Triarii, but these cav are really strong. Shot cav, say the Citizen cav. But there's just a lot of dicking around going on over here for a while. And so I'm going to fast forward it, and it looks like Empire Total War's fast forward. Stutter, 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 stutter. And so we're playing on the pyramids map. As you can see, the lovely pyramids in the background. I should have taken distortion effects off before I recorded this, but that's whatever. So I don't really have a strategy here, and I didn't know how to play against a Pergamon player, and I'm definitely not the best with Rome. I'm not the best with any of these factions. I'm not too good at the game, but I like it, so that's what matters, I guess. The Auxiliary Cav are really cost effective. They're not great, but I'm really hoping that these guys will at least be able to pin his heavy shot cav to one of the flanks, as I can scoop these Triarii on in and just finish up any cav engagements. I try to move my Beehive Onagers to face this way more, so I can potentially hit over there, but he sees that and he's smart. So he moves his men back just a little bit, which messes up maybe 30 seconds or so of just solid maneuvering on these very slow Onagers. I brought these Gladiatrices for no reason. I think I had extra cash and didn't feel like pouring in upgrades. Why not? I thought it'd be interesting. He moves up these Picked Peltasts, which, because I don't have the Black Sea Colonies or played against Pergamon, I've never seen them before. But I was real scared of their missile damage and armor. So I started firing on them with the Beehive Onagers. And I don't really know at this point in the battle what my strategy was going to be. I knew I couldn't see all those units, and you can see they're starting to reveal themselves now. He's got a really sturdy army, lots of Agema Spheres, more than I would have liked to go up against. Sorry, with 80 armor and really sturdy guys. Then go to square. Let's see some more stats. No, I can't. But this hoplite unit, 80 armor, and he's got pikemen, which aren't too bad, but they definitely take away a front I can attack on. So I give a group attack order to all my veteran legionaries. I just thought I won't win this. For some reason, I just had no faith in how I would be able to do this. So I just figured I'll charge their front, or charge whatever my units decide to charge onto, while I'll hopefully soon show how I move this cav on over to this flank while Triarii. Nope, see, I give an attack order to Triarii there. His pikes go into pike phalanx, and my men just start coming on in. Moving these Triarii up and over. I think they get into an engagement with his general somewhere around here. The whole time, I probably don't even... I think I just realized that they have the Scorpions, and I wasn't too bothered by them, because in my personal experience, Scorpions have never been too helpful or useful or anything. His micro kind of sucks a little. I mean, my Triari are almost halfway there, and he doesn't really notice he's got very heavy spear infantry on their way over to all this cav, and you put all this cav on one side. So my opponent starts to do this weird box-like formation while he's hitting me with the peltasts, which is totally fine. I see that he does that, and so I figure I could definitely out-skirmish him, or at least throw javelins into his pikes and hoplites to soften him up a bit, while my Valeric slingers just have a field day on whatever they want to get their hands on. My general's just kind of floating around there. I didn't think I was going to put this up. This was just going to be for fun. But you can see, you know, my veteran legionaries are throwing in some jabs. I have 12 kills already. Sorry if I sound weird. I don't know what's going on in my throat. Whatever. But these veteran legionaries, like, their morale is just tanked. I don't know what's going on. Okay, they're better. Over here, I just realized I should probably move these guys up to start throwing javelins on in there. Oh, that's what's going on. My onagers friendly firing my men, which is fucked up. So it's a huge hit to morale, and I don't know how to respond to that. Well, not then, because I didn't know about it, obviously, but I'm already routing with one of his pikemen, which is very good. All of his men are kind of bunched up here, and on this side, it's just a huge mass of gross cav, spear, blood, steel mess. So the auxiliary cav do exactly what I need them to do. They pin his heavier cav, so my Triari can come in and really make this, you know, Rome's way. I see that I don't really need to keep 3 units of cav and Triari in here, so I run in here and start to harass all his peltasts to great effect. A few of them routed already, and these guys are starting to drop in their morale. Over here I'm just charging on the front of the Gene Spears and and pikes. So I have a frontal charge against pikes, and there's just a huge engagement, but I'm very confident in, you know, the quality of the Roman troops to really grind this out in my favor. I bring my general up just a bit, and I see this gap here, and I should be moving him in any second, but all his peltasts and the ones I was really afraid of are starting to waver in the center here. These guys will come back, and when they come back, in case I don't cover it, they're going to hit right here, and they're going to do a little bit of damage. The Scorpion's already starting to break, and this cav fight's really starting to grind out. His men never got a charge that they should have gotten, which is very unfortunate, because if he could micro just a bit more and pay attention to his cav over here, that would have been really decisive. It would have turned the tides of this whole match. So these pick peltasts are really starting to show how cost effective they are. They're not weak. They're definitely holding out in a grind out fight against auxiliary cav, so I'm just going to bring another unit in. I charge in the back here and realize that's not a good idea, so I just charge here and try and take out these pick peltasts as quickly as I can. See, there we go, his men come in. My general's still not exploiting that gap that I mentioned earlier. My Valeric slingers are doing pretty well. Yeah, these two are doing great. This one just has to go home and tell his wife that they're terrible men. You know, shameful display, guys. Shameful. My BI Boniger haven't done too much other than kill my own men and kind of slow these guys down. You know, the morale breaks and morale drops, and my onagers have made it possible. Really helped out. I am starting to win over here. These Triari are just chewing up these very expensive cav. I mean, 43 kills on a unit like that's not even paying for half. They should have gotten more decisive charges. So I'm going to tie these guys up with my auxiliary cav just until I can win this fight, bring the Triari back in. And my unit of auxiliary cav and my general just slowly starting to pile on through that peltast unit and get the job done. Over on this flank, his general's really holding out. I mean, he's 65 kills. He lost a considerable amount of men, but not too much. I did win the fight over here, and I'm bringing my infantry over just so I can get the attacked in rear penalties on all of his men here. They're held up defensively. And I did not know at this point how this fight could go. I was locked in on 2 fronts, very good defensive troops, and my guys are just in a grind out. We're starting to take we're taking casualties. But it was just so confusing and such a globby mess, and I bring my slingers over to try and get more kills, and that's working out for him pretty well. I think my onagers at this point have run out of ammunition. Maybe. But I did route all of his peltasts, so I've got my general to just kind of charge in the back, get that attack in the rear penalty over there, and that does next to nothing, but he's good. I like him. Good boy. So with these Chiari who are just mopped up all of his heavy cav, I can just bring them on in and get the attacked and rear penalties. And these guys are very sturdy in whatever engagement you put them in, especially against pikes and hoplites. So they're going to do phenomenally. And then here's where I really start to doubt where this fight could go. There are two mass routes, one on each side, that look like they're going on. If I were to lose on either side, it'd be terrible. His general breaking is definitely a huge good for me kind of thing, pat on the back. But my Roman troops are really starting to look like they're going to waver, and then they stay. And it's phenomenal how much these Roman troops can actually do in a battle like this against most other factions when used correctly. And I don't use them as correctly as I could have, but I do okay. I'm not the best at this game, and I'll never try to be or never say I will be. But just look at this. Just the best part of this game is the bodies on the ground. So let's take a look at what happened. So I deployed 2560, lost 1170, killed 2037. There was not as much friendly fire as I thought on either side, which is pretty good. But see, these PI Vonneguers do not pay for themselves at all. They're very expensive, and I probably won't ever bring those back again to any battles I do. Gladiatresses do nothing. So now I know I should definitely sink that into better infantry or more upgrades for my men. I mean, these veteran legionaries really paying for themselves for the most part. And then, like, his scorpions don't really do too much. His cav, it's disgusting what they didn't do. And then, his pikemen, that's actually very cost effective there. So, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Tell me what you'd like to see in the future. If you guys want me to do a campaign, just leave me a faction to do, and I'll happily get onto it. So thank you all for watching so much. Bye.